Reporters surround Fowl's mansion on the Irish coast. Artemis Fowl Sr. is suspected of a crime after stolen property is found on his yacht, not far from Fowl's mansion. Authorities catch a stranger and begin interrogating him, suspecting him to be Fowl's accomplice. The stranger, who introduces himself as Mulch Ridding, first says that it is not Artemis Fowl Sr. who should be the focus of the authorities, but his son Artemis Fowl II, and begins to recount the events that had occurred 3 days earlier. Artemis Fowl II was a 12-year-old surfing prodigy. He despises almost everyone for being rich, smart, and athletic, which makes it difficult for him to relate to his school teachers and peers. This is compounded by the fact that he lives mostly alone, supervised by his bodyguard Damov, that name, Butler, since his father is constantly on the road. After learning from the television news that his father is missing on a yacht, he receives a mysterious phone call, and a mysterious voice demands that Artemis hand over a certain artifact called the Oculus in exchange for his father. The housekeeper takes Artemis to a secret room in the manor and tells him that Artemis' father has spent his life collecting knowledge and objects related to the mysterious world of mythical creatures he believes in. After studying the material, Artemis decides that the other world is real, and learns from his father's diary that there is a mysterious place near the manor where fairies can fly in. He decides to set up an ambush. Meanwhile, there is an eerie commotion in Harbor, the capital of the underworld where magical creatures live, over the disappearance of Oculus. Mulch Litwing, who is not really human but a hardened dwarf with a thieving habit, has been imprisoned. The replicant guards stole Oculus and gave her to someone else, and since it is believed her father died, all but young, by the standards of the magical world, Elfie Malloy were sent to various places to search for Oculus. However, a troll invades the surface, and Commander Ruth goes after Elfie to stop him. The trolls have already invaded a human wedding and are about to devour the invited guests, but Elfie manages to stop them by equipping the humans with a time-stopping device. While the rest of the replicant staff brainwashes the wedding guests, Elfie flies against orders to a magical place near Fowl's house, where her father died, to find evidence of his innocence. Artemis and Butler manage to capture her and imprison her in a cage in the mansion in order to trade Fowl for Oculus. They do not know that Fowl does not have Oculus. Using a time limiter, Commander Ruth and an army of replicants prepare to storm the mansion, but Artemis forbids them to enter, and they find themselves stranded. Elven law. Ruth frees Mulch from prison because he is not an elf, and persuades him to sneak into the house.